All right, I had this idea, right? So I love anime, everything about anime. I grew up on Dragon Ball Z. Rest in peace to Akira Toriyama. I'm a Dragon Ball Z fan. Like that's one of the main reasons why I decided to work out today. Quick backstory. So my older brother, well, we all grew up playing with toys, watching Dragon Ball Z. We used to have these little moments to where we would create our own Dragon Ball Z scenes. And you couldn't tell me it was not real life, right? But as we got older, we put our toys down. Like we used to have the Gogeta, Vegito, Trunks, Gohan, of course Goku. You couldn't have a Goku toy. We had all of some of the main characters, right? And we used to just create our own Dragon Ball Z stories. But in the midst of that, getting older, we put our toys down and we really got involved in sports. So my older brother used to play football and he used to have these veins. And around this time, of course, Goku had already turned into Super Saiyan and we all through the Busag and stuff. So, the veins was just a big part of Dragon Ball Z. And so I just seen him come home from football practice one day with these veins. I'm like, bro, I can be close to a Super Saiyan. I can have these veins. So I know when I got my chance, I was gonna play football. I was gonna be strong and I was gonna get the veins. And here I am today, being strong, getting the veins. But that's just a little backstory. But man, I love anime and I love the arcs and the storylines in anime. And I think that we can use anime to get better at our life. So when we look at our transformational journeys as arcs that we're going through, like in life we have seasons of up, seasons of down, seasons of where things are really going well for us, and seasons where we have to work through some things, work through ourselves. So we can align those seasons of our life with different arcs. Like we have a training arc, we have a redemption arc, we have a win arc, we have sometimes you might be down bad arc, and you have to come back from it. So imagine that you are a main character in an anime and you're going through an arc, right? A transformational journey. This is your transformational arc. 4 weeks, 30 days, 12 weeks, 6 weeks, put a time to it. And within this arc, you're putting your best foot forward to get the strongest, most impactful transformation that you've ever done. You aren't being perfect, but you are being super hyper intentional about everything that you eat, what you consume, what you listen to, who you spend your time with, who you're learning from. And within this arc, the transformation is gonna happen whether you want it or not. It's all about which level of the transformation you're gonna be on, okay? So, in Dragon Ball Z, you go through, the first transformation that we saw was Kaioken, of course. But after Kaioken was the Super Saiyan transformations. Now that transformation happened through them feeling anger. It was this deep, fired up emotion that got them moving. And a lot of times in our life, we be sick and tired of stuff and we just be fucking pissed off about our situation, and that fires us up to move. So that could be your first transformation arc. You just sick and tired of being sick and tired, right? Like, you're tired of the same cycle. You're tired of things going on wrong that you feel like you should have control of. You're tired of being stuck in this same up and down, and you want to get on a consistent path to growth, consistent path to success, right? So I want you to tap into that same energy. Goku was pissed off. He was mad as hell. He just saw his friend die and everything was going wrong. And he was just like, I'm sick of this shit. I gotta tap into it and then just turn up, right? That's the same way I need you to turn up. You gotta use those same emotions that you are fueled off of, not to sit down and eat away, but to put to action, right? Energy is waiting to be used, right? That energy was stored up in the Super Saiyan. That shit was waiting to be used. Bang. Now, each transformation after that, it was intentional. Aside from Gohan's Super Saiyan 2 transformation, that was another level of emotion that he tapped into. Again, similar to Goku's first transformation, he didn't want to fight, he didn't want to go, but he got pushed into it, forced into that transformation. He was able to reach into that untapped potential. Now with you, you're going to be forced into situations to where people are going to test you. Things and environment is going to test you. Like, you've been training for this moment, putting yourself in this position for this moment, but then you get pushed into a situation where you don't really want to do it. You're kind of timid about it, but then you just thrust into it. Like, it's on you now. And you go through something so traumatic and so moving that you have to respond. And then all the potential that's been welling up inside of you just expresses itself in the most powerful and transformative way, right? So now, boom, through those times, right, you're being more intentional about being in position to transform. See, the thing about it, Gohan wouldn't have been able to transform if he hadn't been in the hyperbolic time chamber with his daddy getting the good work in. Like, yeah, he was getting his head beat in. He was not going through the motion. He was being very intentional about training hard. They saw it in him. He didn't see it in himself until he got put in that tough position of fighting Cell to be able to transform at the top, right? So with that, right, usually number one, use the emotion that you have to get to that next level. Number two, be intentional about putting yourself in position for that next level of transformation. Because if you're not in position and you're not preparing for the moment, you will get smoked. Like, you would be headed up to the upper room, right? Chilling with the halo with Goku here. So get prepared, right? Do what you have to do to get prepared. Get around people who want to see you do better, who push you outside of your comfort zone, and also be okay with facing the adversity when it comes. Regardless if he didn't want to, he was still out there fighting, right? He was still out there going. And it took a moment, right? It took that moment for him to change, but for you have to be intentional and don't wait on that moment to change before you get in position, okay? Every transformation after that was very intentional, and if they were not, I go to the sermon on Sunday at Change Church, and they tell us these things like, you don't have to do nothing. You don't have to do nothing to get worse, but you have to be intentional about getting better. You have to prioritize these things and put them in your routine and treat them as their priority. You can't keep raw dogging life and expecting things to keep getting better for you. You're just doing random stuff that gets you random results that you can't even track because you're not putting any type of time, attention, any type of intentional time and attention towards those activities that get you better. Instead, you're just going about it in a way that they're just like, okay, I'm gonna do it today. I'm just gonna do it. You know, I don't really put no time into it. I don't plan it out. I don't put it in my schedule. Well, your results are gonna be lackluster and your progress is gonna be less than exceptional, right? I feel like now you have to be called into that. Once you level up a few times, you cannot settle for just being good. You have to step into the grounds of being great, being excellent. Okay, you have to start placing these things in your priority list in a place to where you look at it at a specific time every single day. It's in your routine, it's a part of your life, and it becomes a cornerstone of why you are who you are, right? So don't be afraid to put it there, because when you put it there, you're gonna also alienate some people and some things that might be holding you back. Because once you put this transformation, a part of your transformation on a pedestal in your life, people are gonna talk to you crazy. They're gonna question why you're doing that. They're gonna ask, what's the point? They're gonna try you, right? But within that, you have to know at the end of your day that this shit is for you, this shit is working for you. And without this, you will not be where you are today, okay? So put it in a high priority list and treat it like a priority, right? When you treat something like a priority, you care about it, you cherish it, you love it, you give it attention, you fuel it, you water it. Could you imagine if I don't know about y'all, I'm from the country, and a big thing for us, well, a big thing where I'm from is like farms and a lot of vegetation. And could you imagine if the farmers getting to spend time pulling the weeds or watering their plants and giving the vegetation the time and attention that it needs, or actually feeding the animals? Like their animals and their produce was the way they made their money, the way they got their bread. If they did not prioritize that, it'd be a lot of hungry people in this world, okay? So give the time and attention it need to grow. Go water that thing, okay? That was 3 steps for you to level up your life. Like, think about you are the the hero in your anime story going through your serious training arc, right? This is the training arc. This is the 3 things you need to do to succeed at the training arc. And if you don't do these, it's gonna be rough out there. You're gonna catch a lot of L's. Oh, this is the main one that I want you to really hit home, right? Throw the first punch. If life is gonna be life, but you better damn well throw that first punch. I'm a fighter growing up, and it threw a bigger than me, smaller than me, wider than me, taller than me. I didn't care. If you came to me and if I knew the fight was coming, I'm gonna get that first lick in. So in life, throw the first punch, right? What does that mean? It means being proactive. That means prepared. That means setting these things up, putting yourself in position. That means allowing yourself to be ready for when things come, and you already are in position, you're already moving, you're already in motion before life happens, right? Because life is gonna happen. We can't escape. We human, okay? We humans in an imperfect world, imperfect people in an imperfect world, so it's gonna happen. But when you throw that first punch, you're letting everything around you know that I'm here and I'm ready for it. And you just fucking ready, bro. Let's get ready. Training arc, let's go.